Hi lovelings, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for being here, and today we're going to be dissecting this whole Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 reunion part 3. So I realized that in my past 2 reviews of the reunion I did not talk about a fashion, so let's just go through it real quick. So for me, I felt like Cynthia and Eva had the best look. I feel like if I had to choose an overall good look, I would choose Eva. I loved the pantsuit and she looked great. Cynthia would definitely come in second. You know, her makeup was pretty, she had a nice wig on, and her dress was cute. But I think Eva gave her a little edge because, you know, it was unusual, it was not very typical, and it was just pretty. I really liked it. I think next would be you know, whoever, you know, I don't really want to put the rest in order. I think those 2 were the top looks for the night. But I can say that Nene had the best jewelry. Her jewelry was pretty. I love the body chain and the earring and so, but it was just really pretty. Candy looked good. You know, it wasn't special, but she looked good. Okay, she looked good. I know a lot of persons were saying they didn't like her hair and whatever. I'm like, what? She looked good. She looked good. Nothing looked wrong. It looked like any other day that any other professional did her makeup. To me, that's just how it looked to me. I think Marlo looked good, but not reunion like, but good, but not reunion like. For Tanya and Portia looked the worst. Let me put that out there. They looked the worst. And that's just the fact. I really did not like that red lipstick. The red lipstick was just bothering me, and she looked like she just had on a whole lot of cloth. Like, girl, no, like her face was just porcelain white, and this red lipstick, and her lips are so full. It was just disturbing. Like, she was just giving me McDonald's clown all the time. McDonald's clown all the time. I'm just saying how I feel. Probably not McDonald's clown, but the doll from Saw. Yeah, that was it. That was it. I'm just speaking the facts. And Portia, I really didn't like her makeup. Like, I find it hard to believe that a professional did her makeup and it looked like that. Okay, I can't believe a professional gave her a look like that. Something just seemed wrong with her lashes, the area in here, and what the hell did she have on? You know, I just gotta come out and say it. Like, her outfit was atrocious. I think the crown was pretty, the hair was pretty. I didn't like the makeup, and I didn't like the outfit, and that's just how it is. We resumed the episode with Nene still being gone. Like, child, the trash took itself out, and ain't no problems over here. I don't know why people are worried about whether she returned or not. I personally did not care whether she ever returned. Now, there are speculations as to why she left, and they're saying that it's because of Yvonne. Like I said in my last review of part 2, I don't believe that Nene left because of Yvonne. She left because she did not want to address the situation between her and Kenya, with her trying to spit at her and throwing food at her and all of these nasty behavior. Like, I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you that's what my gut tells me, and I strongly believe so. That is the reason why she left, not because of Yvonne. No. Anyhow, so Andy replaced the clip with Kenya, you know, going into Kenya and Nene's issues, and basically his first question to Kenya was, why did you know, try to ruin Cynthia's engagement or whatever? And Kenya said that she did not try to ruin the engagement. Cynthia was like, at first she didn't feel like Kenya was trying to ruin her engagement, but after the whole situation played out and she saw it, she thinks that Kenya was really trying to ruin her engagement, and she should have let the shock value be there for her when the time was right him to propose to her, for Mike to propose to her. Now, personally, I don't think Kenya meant to ruin anything, and I don't know why Cynthia feels that way. I don't feel like Kenya meant to ruin. I feel that it was poor judgment, and that she really did not think. I mean, that's not really an excuse, but it's just the way I see it. You know, it really isn't right for you to say that you think that someone was really trying to do something when you should know that person is not going to try to do that. You know, but Cynthia does what Cynthia wants to do, you know. So next they move on to this whole cookie lady drama, and I'm very happy that they brought about the situation with the cookie lady and Cynthia, because this is one of the things that has really been irking me this season with Cynthia. I think Nini is not entirely wrong when she says that Cynthia does things, and you know, she pretends like she didn't mean to do that, and she wants to act all sweet and nice all the time. Nini really wasn't lying, you know. She really wasn't lying entirely. We all know that Nini plays up things to be more than what it is and says things at times for certain reasons, but Cynthia definitely does shit and try to be like, oh, I didn't really mean it like that or whatever. But Portia had asked her about that last week in part 2, and she basically wiggled her way out of the situation and didn't answer the question. But okay, girl, whatever. They got her this time, and she was just like, she didn't have a role to play in the situation. So they were like, but you invited her to Brooklyn's party. You invited her to come to Brooklyn's party to confront Tanya. And she's like, well, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It's not like we had an issue and I was trying to hurt her. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Cynthia, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. It was exactly the same. It was exactly the same. You may not have done it because you and her had a problem, but you did it because you wanted to breathe life into yourself on the show. You wanted to get the show popping. You wanted to spice things up. Let's not play that game, okay? You wanted that woman to come and stand before Tanya and for there to be a moment, okay? You wanted that. Let's not pretend. Stop lying, Cynthia. Like, this is not a good look for you. You're just proving you need to be right about you with this behavior. You wanted that shit to pop off. You did not manage to get it to happen, and Kenya managed to get it to happen. That's the only difference. There's no other difference. You wanted it to happen, and Cynthia trying to say that you know, it was different because it's not like she was trying to get the cookie lady to blow Tanya's head off. And Candy was right by interjecting, saying it was way worse. Because if you invite this woman that is supposed to confront me in the company of so many other people at a party, it has to be worse than her confronting me in a lunch meetup situation. It's where less people there that know me. So it is way worse, Cynthia, and you intended for that shit to happen, and you need to stop lying, girl. Just stop lying. Jeez, you make yourself look so bad. Like, when you do shit, own your shit. Own your shit. Come on. Ugh. But I'm so glad that they really called her out, because she was trying to play this shit off. And I must say that Tanya picks and chooses who she wants to fight with. She really wants to fight with Kenya, because if she can hear that Cynthia was the one who initiated this thing and was trying to get this woman to come and confront her in front of a crowd, and that did not play out the way that she wanted it to, so it didn't happen, and she continues to brush it off like it's nothing. Girl, she didn't mean like that. It was different. It was different. It was not different. It was not different. Cynthia had ill intentions, and she had ill intentions without there being a reason for her to have ill intentions. That's the difference between her and Kenya. Kenya had ill intentions because Tanya was trying her and getting on her nerve by trying to say that she was forcing her to do IVF and use her last egg, and this whole big bringing situation. Those were the two issues that Kenya had with Tanya that made her do that. Okay, so, well, which led her, because nobody can really make you do anything, which led her to doing that. So Cynthia, you wanted to be a bitch for no reason. But don't lie, honey. Don't lie. Just tell the truth, girl. Tell the truth and set yourself free. Come on. Okay, so the next situation to come up was the whole situation in Toronto, where Kenya was basically grilling Cynthia on like the different types of wine and this whole wine situation. Now Kenya said that she totally agreed with the viewers and saying that she just took it too far, and I definitely agree with that. That was like such a cringe-worthy situation. I did not appreciate that at all. Kenya was wrong in so many ways to doing that. Like, that was ridiculous for her to make Cynthia look that bad, and to feel the uncomfortableness coming through the television screen. It really made me very uncomfortable, and it was like secondhand embarrassment. Kenya was so wrong for it. She was wrong on many levels, and I couldn't appreciate that at all. And had it been me, I don't know, child. Now they go on to asking Cynthia if you know, she gives Kenya a lot of passes. Now people continue to say that Cynthia has been friends with Nini for many years before she became friends with Kenya, and personally, the shit that Nini has done is ridiculous and it's unforgettable, and it's to another level of disrespectful. Okay, Kenya has not reached that level. She has not done nearly half of the things that Nini has done. I think that in every friendship there are times when your friend does things that is not in your best interest and is not for you, is not in support of you, is sometimes, you know, against you, against what you believe. It's not pleasing to you. But it is when, I think what really matters is when you raise that issue with your friend. If your friend is able to accept that what they did is wrong, it was not acceptable, and they are able to apologize and say that what they did was wrong, that makes a difference. And I think basically that is what Cynthia kind of did. You know, she said that when Kenya, it's not that Kenya doesn't do anything to her, but when Kenya does something, she apologizes. When she raises the issue, she apologizes, unlike Nini. You see, Nini is the type of girl where if you say, okay, what you said really hurt me, she says, but what you said really hurt me too. And when you have people like that around, nothing can be resolved because they're not willing. You did not raise your issue of what I said to you. I raised what you said to me. And I think if I come to you as your friend, a friend that you care for, and I say what you're doing is hurting me, you should be able to understand and see where I'm coming from and apologize. And then I can address the things that may be bothering you. But when you continue, if I say, okay, you did this to me, I was not pleased, I was feeling away, and you say, but you did this to me, and you did that to me, and you did that to me, we can never resolve anything. We can never resolve anything. Nini does not apologize. She gives half-ass apologies. She would apologize to you while yelling. That is not apologizing, okay? That is, girl, whatever. That is like trying to shut you down. She doesn't want you to finish. She doesn't want you to finish what you're saying. She doesn't care to understand. She just wants to move forward. She just wants to move on. She doesn't want to take accountability and accept that what she did or acknowledge what she did. And that's the problem with Nini. So people just need to take that all the way to the end there. And of course, Tanya, the circus clown, was making all types of faces in an issue that has nothing to do with her. Like, I'm so over Tanya. Tanya, bye, girl. Ugh. You know, the question came up of whether Kenya and Nini being like basically the same type of persons, and it seems as though Cynthia is attracted to toxic personalities. And I think that viewer went way too far. I don't think that Kenya and Nini are the same. They have similar traits, some similar traits, but I think that they are very different in more ways than like. In terms of Cynthia, with Cynthia, I find that she is attracted to big personalities, not toxic personality. She is attracted to big personality. She had Peter. Peter has a huge personality. That was her husband for how many years. He has a huge personality. Kenya definitely has a big personality. Nini has a big personality. Eva has a bigger personality than Cynthia. It seems to me like she is just attracted to people with big personalities. I wouldn't say stronger, because having a big personality does not make yours necessarily stronger than that person, but they have big personalities, and that's what I think it is. So next they get into talking about Nini and Kenya's relationship, you know, and they're basically asking like, where did it go wrong, where did it go left, or whatever. And Kenya basically said that she does not know where her and Nini, she can't remember where her and Nini went left, but she just feels like, you know, looking back at everything, like Nini has never had like a genuine interest in her or really wanted to be her friend, because, you know, she just never reciprocated friendly behavior towards her, even though, and I can recall like when Kenya first came on this show, Kenya was annoying me because I felt like she was trying so hard to be these women friends so bad, and I can't take a person that is like that. But she was just doing it constantly, and then by season 6 and 7 she was just going overboard trying to be Nini's friend when Nini clearly had no interest in that. Nini never didn't want to be Kenya's friend. I can acknowledge and I can say that in the first season and maybe like a half, season 5 and half of season 6, Nini was really like good to Kenya for the most part, and she treated her okay from what we could have seen on the television. But no, Nini was never a good friend, and I can totally understand where Kenya came from. And with the loads of shit that Nini has done to Kenya, I don't think that they'll ever be friends, and that's fine, because I would have dropped Nini a long time ago. She ain't worth it at all. Captain Save a Bitch Andy decides to make it a point to tell Kenya that Nini has always advocated for you to be on the show because she thought that you were good for the show. Me being good for the show does not mean that you want to be friendly with me. Everyone knows that on the show you need to have some issues, and Kenya is just the person for Nini to have issues with. Why would she get rid of her when she's like the key person who she can just do any and everything to, and the viewers think that it's okay and it's all right? I'm just saying. So Andy goes on to like asking Kenya, you know, why is it she didn't want to speak to Nini earlier in the season, when well, not early in the season, but in Greece and before then when she tried to reach out. Now let me tell you something. If Nini had sent me that text talking about with the death of Kim Porter and Nipsey Hussle being murdered and my husband being sick with cancer, I'm extending an olive branch my ass. If you had done something so disgusting like what Nini had been performing with and going in so hard on Kenya when Kenya was just home pregnant, minding her own business, she said that she was going to give birth to a creature, whatever it was, a buffalo, and she was just saying that her pregnancy is fake, her marriage is fake, this is fake. You think that you're telling me that you extending an olive branch to me is going to make me just forget about everything? You know, we have to address the issues on the table before we can move past it. And you actually telling me that seems to me like what you're saying is that I'm the problem, when I believe you're the problem. So until we are able to have a seat and discuss what went wrong and own our parts in this friendship being broken up, then there's nothing for us to extend any olive branch concerning anything, because you do not want to deal with it. Nini never wants to deal with anything. She wants to just come back and and make all these crazy faces and expect everyone to just fall back in place, and we're just gonna act like everything is all good. Girl, Nini, just talk to me, girl. She just talked to me. It's all good now. No, Nini, we're not here for the bullshit. Bye, girl. We see through you. And Kenya made it a point to make it clear that it was obvious that Nini did not care to be her friend, and that it was insincere, because as soon as she was not ready, she wasn't even disrespectful about it. She just wasn't ready, and she said no to the conversation. There Nini goes, attacking her, cussing her out, spitting food, throwing food, this, that. And even before they even had a conversation, like, Cynthia and Candy were so wrong to try to get Kenya to speak to Nini. Nini is not Kenya's friend. They are never going to be friends. They never should be friends, because Nini ain't friendly. Okay? And Kenya don't want to be her friend. Okay? But they knowing what Nini had said at the airport when they asked her to not really speak about the divorce, is so fresh and so forth, and she's like, oh no, she gonna get it. But does that sound like a person who is sorry, or who wants to at least make amends with a person saying something like that? No, you don't want to make an amends. You can't come now and want me to sit with this woman who was just saying shit about me, and who have said so much shit about me before that I'm aware of. I may not know of what she just said, but I knew of all the shit that she spoke about me before, and continues to behave aggressive towards me at different period of time, and expect me to sit and talk to her about a marriage that she was saying is fake, about a family that she was saying is not real and that I'm paying for, and all of this. Do you expect me to sit and talk to her about a family that she doesn't believe is real? Am I going to sit with my enemy and give them information on me so that they can come harder and attack me more? Let's just be real here. Cynthia and Candy were full of shit for that move, and if Kenya does not want to talk to Nini ever again, I don't blame her. I wouldn't either. The next big issue was Kenya and Nini showdown at Candy's baby shower, and they were asking Kenya, you know, why is she being so provoking? And here goes Captain Save a Bitch in his underwear, Andy, once again coming for Kenya. Like, I guess that is man's behavior, like when he's not speaking to her very harshly, like, it's okay for you to F with other, like, where's all this energy from, Andrew? Where's all this energy from? Like, you need to calm down. Like, is he Andy Blooms or something? Like, why does he feel the need to represent Nini so hard? Like, calm down. You are supposed to be the mediator, mediate, and don't get in it. How about that? Anyhow, he was like, you know, but you were trying to provoke her, and you've tried to provoke so many people and whatever. Now listen, do I think that Kenya should have by any means go wrong there? No. But according to Kenya, it did not happen right during their argument. It happened after her and Shamia were having a conversation, and that is when she went around to Shamia. And according to Portia is saying that Nini said, I'm not Shamia, referencing whatever issue Kenya had with Shamia, and Kenya decides to go around there to apologize or whatever to Shamia, or to speak to Shamia concerning the issues. Now, Kenya has no history of being aggressive or attacking anyone. Even when she was attacked, even when people were aggressive towards her, she never lifted a finger. And even Nini says that, oh, Kenya won't bust a grape, so why do you feel like she would hit you? If you were the one saying that she won't bust a grape, why are you feeling threatened now? Tell us about that, Nini. Tell us about that. But you know, when Kenya talked about the spitting incident, there were crickets in the room. No one wanted to say anything. But now we come to talk about Kenya walking around a table and going to someone else next to the person that she was arguing with, throwing food at a person that's not provoking, cursing at them, yelling at them, trying to attack them, threatening to spit them. It's not by any means provoking, child. If it's Kenya, it's not provoking, okay? Nobody can provoke Kenya. Nobody. Kenya can provoke the world. Of course, your girl Portia and your girl Tanya, Pinocchio Williams, and Billy the doll from Saw was itching for scraps, but it's whatever. So next, Giovanna touches down at the reunion, and basically she just was saying that Nini, after seeing that she was able to go around the girls and talk with them, asked her to record, like bring back information if any of them were like talking about her and so forth, and she was happy to do it because, well, she was fine with doing it because after all, Nini was her girl, Nini was her friend, and there goes Tanya. Oh, so you were snatch. Moving on. So Giovanna was like, Nene was my friend. She was done for me. She was the one that she was really friends with. And so she was like, of course, gonna tell her. I mean, like, who wouldn't? Like, if this person is my friend, I'm now getting to know you hoes, and you're dragging my friend is going to be on game about what you're doing. But, she said that Nene asked her to like record people when they were talking and so forth, and the women had a lot of questions, and I can totally understand why they had questions, because she was like saying that there was no recording headline, there was no recording, and that Nene asked her to do that, but she just didn't do that, but told Nene that she did. So Nene was made to believe that there was an actual recording when there was none. But she also like tried to say that Nene really wanted to get these women like saying stuff about her. So it's like, but Cynthia was talking shit about Nene in her interviews. Now what Nene wanted to do for me is like to like, you're gonna go on an interview and you're gonna say this and that and whatever, but when you're off camera or whatever, or you're speaking with someone like one-on-one, face-to-face, you may say some real extreme shit, and that is what Nene wanted. Like when Cynthia was off guard, just chit-chatting with her girlfriend, when the real shit is gonna come out, that is what Nene wanted to know. And I totally understand what Yvonne is saying, but they were questioning the validity of what she was saying. How do they know she's talking the truth? And so many questions, so many unanswered stuff, and so forth. It's just hard to believe. And Cynthia was just like, the fact that Nene's not here and she left and Yvonne is here, that speaks volumes for me. And she was just like, she believes. Cynthia, Kenya, and Eva both said they believe. Portia said she was like, I know, I got some more questions. Candy's like, I'm not totally sold on the story. I'm just like here, like, okay, whatever. But yeah, but what we got to find out was that like a week before the reunion, Miss Nene called up her lawyer and got them to send Yvonne a cease and desist, and saying that she should delete any recorded audio of Nene. I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, is there something that we should know that we don't know? Tell us. We need to know. Tell us. But yeah, that was like a piece of something, and I was taken aback when I heard that Mr. Michael Sterling was Yvonne's lawyer. But the child, no one they even know all this tea. Her husband is giving her all this tea, okay? But it was a cute scene. They spoke to Yvonne for a little while about what was going on, and she spoke her piece. And it is what it is. Like, Yvonne was saying that, it was just a thing where her and Nene were friends, and she was just having Nene's back, and she let it get too far. And I can totally see that. It was just a situation of, okay, you don't spill the beans on me, I don't spill the beans on you, and we're going to keep it cute. But once she saw that Nene was pulling herself out of the situation and leaving her in, she just felt like she had to tell the truth, because people were looking at Yvonne pretty crazy after this whole Snakegate situation. And another word you mentioned is Mr. Andrews' behavior again. Like, I did not appreciate him asking Yvonne if he can call her that bitch at all. I did not appreciate that one bit. And her actually agreeing to it, like, it just shows that Yvonne will do some things for a check, because I'll be like, hell no. I mean, she might be that type of girl that's cool with that, but I won't have him calling me that. Like, he was really disrespectful during this reunion. Like, Andy showed his ass. I mean, he shows it often, but it was a little more clearer this reunion, and I totally can appreciate it. Now, all through this Yvonne's little session, her little interview session, I don't know why Tanya and Portia keep trying to hijack this reunion, but they were. I don't know who was in charge. I don't know who was the mediator, whether it was Andy, if he was the one in charge, or was it Portia and Tanya, because they just keep trying to get some light. Like, why didn't they get these friends off the show off as soon as they were done with them? Because Tanya just stays around to annoy me, and Portia just it's whatever, you know. So the next thing we know is Nene is calling on the phone. Like, really, girl? Really calling Portia on the phone? Like, I was with Kenya, like, bye girl, we don't need you over there, girl, bye. Like, why would you be calling on the phone? Why would you be calling on the phone when there's a laptop? And Annie was just like, it's stupid for us to be talking to her on the phone. We'll talk to you later, girl, bye. And I was so here for it. Like, why would they need to talk to you on the phone? If you have something to say, say from your computer, or don't say it at all. But we all know that Nene was scared, and she was getting ready to play the victim, because when bitches do things, they don't want to own it. They want to run and hide. And Nene ran and hid from Yvonne, from Kenya, from answering for all the shit she did this season. And she's gonna play the victim forever and ever. But it is what it is. Whatever. Anyway, guys, that is it for this reunion. And thank you guys for watching. Ensure that you like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.